Hey there, Drew here, and welcome back to the Drew Saur coaching channel. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. This channel is for those of us who want to have stellar careers with a little less stress and, if we can, a bit more fun. My job is to bring you ideas to let you look at your career in a new way. I promise that if you try these out, you'll start to see the professional world differently. And more importantly, they'll start to see you differently. So today's video is part of my series on success mindset. Because to have a thriving career, it's important to understand how your own brain works. How do you think? And so the question we're trying to answer here is, do I have a strong mental framework that will help me succeed? And so today I want to bring an idea that's called thinking like an owner. And it actually means pretty much what it sounds like. So approach your job as if you own the entire company. That's the concept. And there's a very simple test for this because most people don't. Most people think like an employee, think like a small part of a bigger whole. And the test is when something new comes out, a decision, a policy, a strategic direction, when something comes out, how do people refer to it? Is it they did this or we did this? And I bet if you look around, again, most corporate environments, you will hear most people refer to anybody outside of their group as they. They made this decision, they put out this policy, whatever the case may be, it's they, not us. So the idea I want to suggest is start to think about, again, as an owner, it's a we. Any decision, any strategic direction, any policy, you have part responsibility for because you want to act as if you were an owner. And there are a couple benefits of this. So first, what happens is you start to feel a bit more responsibility. Right? Even if you don't have anything to do with the decision, if you really adopt this owner mindset, you will start to feel some sort of responsibility. And that will cause two things to happen, which are actually very valuable. So the first is you'll gain more empathy for what the decision was, particularly ones you don't like. Right? Because if we made a decision, there must be a good reason for it, right? Because we wouldn't do anything stupid, right? And so if we made a decision, your brain will actually work harder to come up with a good reason why this policy, why this decision was made, and what the rationale was. Because if they made a decision, they can be idiots. Who knows what they're doing? I don't know, right? It's very easy to dismiss the decision if it's they. So one benefit, you start to become more empathetic. You start to get a better understanding of why other people are doing what they're doing. And two, you actually feel much more empowered because if you are an owner, if you're thinking you're like an owner, you do have responsibility, which also means you have an ability to influence. She will be much more likely to go out and talk to the people in the other department and say, I don't fully understand why you guys did this. I'd like to work together. Here's the challenges that presents to my team. How can we update this to make it more productive for all of us? So you gain empathy, you gain an empowered sense of responsibility that lets you make further change. So those are two really good benefits. So what happens if you don't do this? And like many other things that I talk about, like if you don't do it, it's fine. My guess is if you look around your company, you'll find that most people don't do it. Particularly senior executives, they don't have to do it either. A lot of them treat their own world as their silo and anything else as the other, right? As long as my division is successful, we're good, right? The best companies are where more often than not, people feel like owners, they feel like partners, and they actually feel responsibility for parts that aren't directly under their responsibility. So again, if you don't do this, it just creates silos, but again, many companies operate that way, so there's no, super downside to this other than it's just not as effective. If you do adopt it, it can be much more differentiating for you because, again, most people don't do it. So try it out. So here's the exercise, is stop using the word they and them when referring to other departments who do things that particularly you dislike, right? It's easy to say we when it's a good thing, right? Because, well, we all want to be a part of the success. It's a lot harder when it's a policy you don't like, it's a decision you disagree with. So that's really the test, right? The exercise is to find a decision, a direction, a policy, something that you disagree with and talk to your team or talk to your colleague and talk about what we are doing, right? And why we might be doing this and how we might be able to improve it. So use the us and the we, not the they and the them. So that's the exercise. Try it out. Let me know in the comments how it went. And as always, remember, the goal is a little less stress and a bit more fun. This is your career. and you might as well enjoy it. If you want to see more videos like these, please like and subscribe, and check out the other videos on the channel. And whenever you're ready to make a significant change in your career, remember, it helps to have a partner. You can rope in a friend, or you can hire a coach. And if you have any interest in working with me, you can go to drewsaur.com and schedule some time for us to talk. I'll see you next time.